All right, let's settle the score in what is, without a doubt, the biggest rivalry in tech right now: OpenAI's ChatGPT versus Google's Gemini. We're going to break down which of these AI powerhouses is actually the right one for you in 2026, so you can make the absolute best choice for your work, your studies, and your creative projects. Let's get into it. So you've got these two AI giants, both competing to own the future. But the real question is, which one is actually better for you, for me, for real users? See, these AIs are built on totally different philosophies, and that means the one you pick could seriously change your entire workflow, your creativity, and the results you get. Our job here is to cut through all the noise and help you figure that out. And here's our game plan. First, we'll look at the new AI arms race, who these contenders are. Then, we'll put them under pressure with some hard data. After that, a real-world application test. We'll compare their most decisive features, and finally, we'll give you a clear verdict to help you choose. Okay, first up, let's meet the contenders. In one corner, you have ChatGPT, the platform that pretty much kicked off this entire AI revolution we're living through. And in the other, Google's absolute powerhouse, Gemini, which has very quickly become its #1 rival. You know, this right here gets to the core of their DNA. ChatGPT, built on that legendary GPT architecture, is just a master of complex reasoning and really, really natural human-like conversation. Think of it like a brilliant wordsmith. Gemini, on the other hand, was designed from day one to be natively multimodal. That means it was built from the ground up to understand not just text, but images, audio, and video, all at the same time, seamlessly. So that's the design philosophy, but how does that actually translate to performance? Let's dig into the hard data and see how these two giants really stack up when you put them under pressure. And the numbers? Well, they tell a really fascinating story. It's a tale of two specialists. When you look at pure math and logical reasoning, like in these AME benchmarks, ChatGPT is an absolute analytical powerhouse. It's just got this edge. But when you test for multimodal reasoning, the ability to understand a mix of text and images together, Gemini's native design gives it that slight but crucial lead. Okay, now to really get the next major difference, we have to talk about something called the context window. The easiest way to think about it is like the AI's short-term memory. A bigger context window is the difference between having a giant workbench where you can spread out all your plans and papers versus trying to build something on a tiny little notepad. It's a huge deal. And this is where Gemini's advantage is just staggering. It has a context window of up to 2 million tokens. That absolutely dwarfs ChatGPT's 128,000. I mean, to put that into perspective for you, Gemini can basically read and analyze the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy in one single prompt. ChatGPT, it would struggle to remember what happened in the last chapter. This isn't just a little upgrade, it's a genuine superpower. So benchmarks show us the raw power. But what about the stuff you and I do every single day? How do these AIs actually perform when the rubber meets the road? Let's put them to the test in the real world. If you're a writer, a marketer, anyone who works with words to connect with people, this is for you. ChatGPT just has this incredible, almost spooky ability to capture the nuance and emotion of human language. The stuff it writes feels less like it came from an algorithm and more like it came from a very talented writing partner. But when we switch from creating to researching, Gemini has a killer advantage. It's plugged directly into Google Search live. So while ChatGPT's knowledge is basically frozen at the time it was trained, Gemini is always working with up-to-the-minute information, and it even gives you citations. For anyone who needs current, accurate data, this is an absolute game changer. Now, for all the developers out there, the choice gets a little more interesting. It's really a tale of two different coding styles. ChatGPT is like your precision tool. It's brilliant for detail debugging and for writing really sophisticated, complex pieces of code. Gemini, on the other hand, plays to its strengths: speed and that enormous context window. It's the tool you grab when you need to analyze an entire code base at once or just get quick answers. All right, let's get into the really fun stuff, the unique features, the special moves that truly set these two apart. Honestly, these are the capabilities that could be the deciding factor for you. This table really lays it all out pretty clearly. You can see Gemini's native design gives it the win for real-time search, multimodality, and that incredibly natural Gemini Live voice feature. But ChatGPT hits back hard with its powerful custom GPTs, which let you build your own specialized little AI assistants for any task. And when you look at their ecosystems, it's basically a tie. Gemini is woven deep into Google Workspace, while ChatGPT has this huge, sprawling universe of third-party plugins.
Okay, we have covered a ton of ground. So now it's time to bring it all home and give you that clear, definitive verdict to help you make the absolute best choice for what you need.
So what's the bottom line? Well, the truth is, there isn't one single best AI. The right choice is all about you. ChatGPT is, without a doubt, the champion of creative writing, deep reasoning, and custom building your own tools. But it is held back by that smaller context window, and its knowledge can get stale. Gemini is the king of real-time data and analyzing anything you throw at it, video, audio, you name it. But it can feel a little less human in creative tasks, and it doesn't have that same level of customization.
So let's be super specific. You should choose ChatGPT if you're a creative writer or marketer who needs that emotional human touch. You should pick it if you want to build specialized AI assistants with custom GPTs. It's also your best bet if you're a developer doing deep, complex debugging or a professional who just needs a nuanced, conversational partner for problem solving. On the flip side, you should go with Gemini if you're a researcher or a student who absolutely has to have up-to-the-minute sourced data. It's a no-brainer if you live inside the Google ecosystem: Docs, Sheets, Gmail. It's the one for developers who need to analyze a whole massive code base. And it's for any professional who's constantly working with video, audio, or giant documents. But I want to leave you with one final thought. What if this whole time we've been asking the wrong question? Instead of which one is the winner, what if the real question is, how can you combine the strengths of both? You know, the smartest professionals out there, they aren't picking a side. They're using ChatGPT as their creative co-pilot and Gemini as their lightning-fast research assistant. In this new age of AI, the ultimate advantage isn't choosing a tool, it's building a toolkit. And that's a truly game-changing idea.